Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Spring Fever. As always, it is me, XFL Jim.
Fucking go!
I am joined, of course, as always, by the one, the only, the incomparable, the man himself. It is Erik, a.k.a. Uncle Erik.
There's just a lot of trying after play. We're trying to make some stuff happen, and they're doing a little extra pushing and shoving. We're trying to get our fucking job done. They're just...
Damn right, Erik. You're just trying to get your fucking job done out here.
What is up, brother?
Oh, shout out NASCAR in the chat. We're feeling good right now. Right now, NASCAR, we're going to get into all the takes. We're going to get into all the takes from Week 9 of the UFL. We're going to give you all our takes for the upcoming Week 10, our picks, and our DraftKings lineup. But first, I do have to let the people know, Erik, that Spring Fever, like always, Erik, is brought to you by Royal Retros. The one-stop shop for the best spring merch! XFL, USFL, AFL, Royal Retros has it all! You just gotta go down in the link, click it, and use promo code SPRINGFEVER for 10% off. Royal Retros is the place to get all your best merch anytime! They have hats, they have shirts, they have jerseys, they have it all over at RoyalRetros.com. Promo code SPRINGFEVER.
I'm not going to get a strike from my YouTube for that, am I?
Erik, if it's under 30 seconds, you can eat my ass.
Is that the rule?
It's like 10 seconds, I think. Like 10 seconds, you're flat.
That was long.
Erik, so I've played that every stream that I do. Haven't gotten a copyright strike for that. The only time I've gotten copyright strikes, Erik, that you have to worry about is when I've played full fucking songs and like just blasted videos.
Just blasted.
Shout out Herb, my man. You guys got a nice dub. Everyone's feeling good right now. Erik, before we get into the full recap, it's quiz time for you, brother.
Okay, brother.
Do you know who had the worst attendance in Week 9? Who had the worst attendance Week 9 of the UFL?
The worst attendance. Hold on.
There were games in Arlington, San Antonio, Memphis, and Houston.
Memphis.
Correct. 6,387. Houston, close second to bottom. 6,527. Arlington, coming up second with 8,545. And San Antonio, rocking with 11,839.
Awesome.
So I get... We'll have I think it'll be very poignant, and it's something we should do at the end of the season to kind of look back at the season that was of the UFL, and then also maybe come up with things that we want to see for next year in the second season of the league. One thing I will mention that I've seen on Twitter and that I will pause it every time: do better with the local marketing. That's a big reason why markets like Memphis and Michigan have struggled. Is the local marketing is not up to snuff.
I mean, the amount of bars that are in a stone's throw from Ford Field are insane. I know I sound like I'm beating.
We hit this point every week.
You know what I mean? But it's just but it's just common sense. It's if you just look at what the MLS did and just follow their, you know what I mean? Follow what they did. It's all fucking laid out for you.
Michael does bring up a good point. Literally no other team besides San Antonio was even alive for the playoffs, had anything to play for. Which, that probably does play something into it. Now,
go ahead.
It's quiz question number 2, Erik. Before that, NASCAR has a take. I wonder why the USFL and XFL didn't merge with all the teams they had. Probably because that would have been too costly and too shallow, I guess, of a player pool if you merge that many teams. Potentially.
Yeah.
Next question, Erik. What game had the highest rating on the TV? And remember, so the Sunday games, it was split on Fox. So
okay.
They both those games count as one. The DC at Showboats and the Panthers at Roughnecks count as one.
So the Renegades were on what? Fox?
So Battlehawks at Renegades was on ABC. Stallions at San Antonio was on ABC. That was Saturday. And then on Sunday, DC at Showboats and Panthers at Roughnecks were split, regionalized on Fox.
I will go Brahma Stallions.
That would be correct. 1,072,000 viewers at 2 p.m. our time. So 2 p.m. Central.
What? The Brahma Stallions?
Yeah.
And that game was at 2.
Yeah.
And it drew 1 million people going against nothing.
That's pretty good. The average viewership for the Brahma Stallions was 1,072,000.
That's good. I mean, like, dude, like, was there an MLB baseball game at that time?
That's a good question. Just so everyone has all the other numbers, courtesy of Mike Mitchell. He does great with like putting these numbers out every single week. He's so consistent with it. Battlehawks Renegades at noon. So 11 our time, Eric, 886,000 viewers on ABC. And then Sunday, both games were at 1:30 our time, 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern. Averaged 800,000 for that one on Fox. This was a big bump. The TV viewership numbers went way up based off the last couple weeks.
Which is huge. You know, there's no afternoon NBA games. I think Fox does the baseball night in America. I think that's the thing. I don't think there's like a regional.
The only thing that was really going on for Fox this weekend was the reason that the Sunday games were regionalized was the Coca-Cola 500.
Yeah, you mean the 600? Jim, no, it's the Coca-Cola 600.
Because I don't respect people who race, and I don't respect people who also like the brand Coca-Cola. It's a bullshit soda. So yeah,
that's why you're not. That's why you're not in my fantasy NASCAR league.
That and many, many other reasons. But Eric, now it is time for us to open the curtain, take a look back. Oh yeah, NASCAR also said Brahma Stallions, easy answer. 2 of the best teams against each other. Oh, he's also saying it was technically a Coca-Cola 375.
Yeah, I was so pissed, dude. I had bets on Byron and Reddick. Both are in the top 4. But that race is so goddamn long. It's like 2 different races with all the track changes. But we're not here to talk on NASCAR. So.
No, Eric, we're here to talk UFL, and let's start with the first game of the weekend. The Arlington Renegades upsetting the St. Louis Battlehawks, where the Renegades win this one 36-22. And I know, like, we'll talk DraftKings, but Eric, when we were setting up our DraftKings lineup last week, we kind of steered away from playing the Renegades players. Number 1 quarterback off the board, Luis Perez.
No, we talked about Perez.
We did kind of like say maybe.
And like, I will give you props because you gave out the Brahmas plus the points and the money line last week. I was all in on the Renegades plus the points and the money line going into this week. Just because of the spot and everything. But the Battlehawks just when you look back at it, it just made sense because the game that mattered was next week for the Battlehawks. That's the game.
Oh, for sure. That game, that's the one that matters. I still don't know if AJ was present here. They were calling him the emergency backup if need be. So they're just trying to get him healthy for come playoff time. And I will say this, without AJ McCarron in there, this offense looks way, way worse.
Oh God.
It's night and day almost. And then the Renegades, they end the season with a weird positive note. But the thing with them is their offense has kind of been consistently good all season. It's their defense that was garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you could take away for the Renegades right now. Besides, they're fun. These last couple weeks for the Renegades have actually been fun.
The Renegades are fun. They're a team that was fun to bet on. Defensively, they're a train wreck. Offensively, they're fun. I think that's something we need to remember going into next year, especially at the beginning of the season, where these unders tend to be a little bit over underlines tend to be a little bit lower, and look to bet some overs.
And I feel bad for Manny Wilkins. Came in here. 3 interceptions to the Renegades is rough. He's probably still going to start next week. I don't see them pulling AJ in yet. He might get. I think McCarron will get some play, but I don't suspect they're going to have him start the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, like this game was, I mean, great way to start the weekend. Extremely entertaining. Had a blast watching it. Something when Luis Perez is on, he's very, very fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But I mean, you can say that about any quarterback when they're on.
I don't know. When Quentin Dormady's been on this year, he has just been like all right. Speaking of,
I think you're a Dormady hater, dude.
I think I might be. I loved him last year, and he's just been disappointing me this year. Speaking of which, though, Dormady goes down against the Stallions, but the Brahmas still pull it out, winning 18-9. Guess who comes in and saves the fucking day? My favorite quarterback in the league right now. It's Chase Garbers. He's back.
Johnny Utah?
He's back.
Yeah.
Chase Garbers is back.
Johnny Utah?
Fuck you. It's Chase fucking Garbers. Cal legend, Chase Garbers, San Antonio legend, leads the Brahmas to a victory. John Trey Kirkland, again, goes 1 for 1 with a touchdown pass, by the way. This game was awesome.
Money.
This game was incredible. I loved every second of it. Anthony McFarland's a dude. Jon Snow, I love Case Cookus to death. Chase Garbers like stirred something in my loins that I haven't felt since Prime Cookus.
Since Prime Cookus.
Also, this was like some classic Adrian Martinez, where he was making a lot of overthrows. This is probably his least clean game. But guess what? The Brahmas probably have the number 1 defense in the UFL.
Yeah, because they have Wade. They have Uncle Wade. Uncle Wade back there showing his shit, dude.
Adrian looked all right for the most part, but he was kept pretty mortal. The big story is San Antonio can rely on their defense, and if Chase Garbers is 100%, this team is legit fucking scary. And guess what? We're still riding our futures on San Antonio. We ride with the Brahmas. Love this team. They have the power. Chase Garbers came in, went 16 for 23 for 139 yards. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I missed these last couple weeks. The Brahmas have been a train wreck to watch on offense. I was so happy to see them step it up especially against a team like the Stallions, whose defense is also one of the top 2 defenses. Beautiful. Beautiful.
We knew the Brahmas were going to be phenomenal because of Wade Phillips. And the more film Wade gets, he's a phenomenal defensive mind. If gun to my head, if I had to pick a winner right now, I'm going to be picking the Brahmas. You know, we already have, what do we get him at? 16-1, 14-1?
We got him at, I think we got him at 16-1.
You know, so I can't.
And while we're on the topic, because the Stallions also played in this game, the Stallions will be without their defensive coordinator for the rest of the season. John Chavis is no longer with the team. They have hired Anthony Blevins to help with the defense. He's going to be an assistant, basically an advisor. For those of you who might remember, Anthony Blevins was he kind of like took over. He was supposed to be the Vegas Vipers head coach before the merger happened. So when Rod stepped back last year after the XFL season, Blevins was coming in, and then they did the merger, and he got booted out. Yeah. I like Anthony Blevins quite a bit.
I like Blevins, too.
So I'm rooting for him. The Stallions, interesting spot. Obviously, they're still going to be the favorite to win it all. They're still, like, overall a super well-coached and well-oiled machine. But besides that, good on you, Brahmas. Next up, Panthers 26, Roughnecks 22. This game, this one wasn't super ugly. Bryce Perkins looked all right. Danny Etling looked fine. The thing going with the Panthers right now, Eric, is in the UFL, and I get that it's only an 8-team league. They do have a losing record against teams above 500.
Yep. And I'll be honest, I had the +4 in the money line with the Roughnecks. I thought the Roughnecks had every opportunity to win this game. The thing about the Panthers is, and you kind of were alluding to it, they don't really do anything good.
I mean, their defense is legit good. They have a good kicker. This was
I think
off.
I forgot their kicker. I think their kicker is good. Their defense is
It's
like
fine.
not the best. I think it's top 4.
It's a top half defense.
I say at
And
most 3. Like
I think Bryce Perkins, if he would have been the starter from day one, this offense could be like actually dangerous.
okay.
I think Bryce Perkins is legit.
I like where your head is with that.
I don't really like, I mean, Danny Etling is whatever. I wasn't like huge on EJ Perry. I think Bryce Perkins, if he would have been in the driver's seat from day one, this offense would be legit scary because they have weapons at the receiver position. And they have so the thing about the Panthers defense is they have dudes on defense, but that overall, they don't have all the cohesive unit, but they have straight up dudes on defense.
Straight up dudes on defense.
For the Roughnecks, you were in this game. Nolan Henderson looked really good. Leads your team in rushing, leads it in he has 2 touchdown passes and 66 yards rushing.
Which is good numbers.
They did what I've said all these teams should do that are out of the playoffs. Start your backup, see what you have. Nolan Henderson is a guy that could do something in this league.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Chris Mason chiming in. Panthers peaking right now. They have looked better each week. I'll give them that. But I don't know. Looking back, the only team with a winning record they've beat this season was St. Louis week 1.
Which isn't that good.
Which is, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe some people might be saying Panthers on fraud watch. Are we calling fraud watch, Eric?
Possibly.
We're calling a possible fraud watch on the Michigan Panthers.
Possibly.
Last game. This is one of the ugliest games until the fourth quarter that I've ever this game. The score does not do it justice. DC wins 36-21. My word, this game was ugly. Jordan Ta'amu with 2 interceptions that were 2 really bad interceptions. Josh Love looked awful. No Case Cookis. This game was it made me want to vomit. I was watching this with Chase on Sunday. Uh-huh. We both got this one, I think, because they were both happening at the same time, and this one was just bleh. NASCAR chimes in. If the Panthers played as good as they did in week 1, they could still be contending. I mean, possibly. Week 1 was like a clusterfuck for everybody. DC, though, I mean, their defense has stepped it up. Jordan, I don't know about Jordan Ta'amu, dude. We talked about it too much now. He's mid. He needs weapons around him to do anything. He can't. He does not elevate your team.
I don't even know he's fucking mid right now, man.
I mean, he had a decent game. The 2 interceptions are bad. He's not running the ball like he used to. He's decent with it. I think if you put good weapons around Jordan Ta'amu, then your team will be good.
Well, you can say that. Excuse me.
You can say that about just about anybody in this fucking league.
So I don't know. I mean, I think he's a bottom half quarterback, maybe even bottom 2 right now.
Let's take a look at the stats. Let's take a look at individual stats. Eric, take a quick guess. Who leads the league in passing yards? You should know.
Adrian McLaren.
No. I mean, Eric, he hasn't played for 3 weeks.
Perez.
Yeah, it's Luis Perez. Luis Perez with 2,094 yards. Next up is Jordan Ta'amu with 1,627. But, so Jordan Ta'amu, Eric, 13 touchdowns.
Yep.
9 weeks.
Okay.
9 interceptions.
Ooh.
Yeah, he leads the league in interceptions.
Excuse me, that's not good.
Yeah, 9 weeks.
That's not good at all, my friend.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Best for interceptions is actually, I mean, these are all backups. Chase has only played 4 games. Chase Garbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He only has 1 interception in 4 games. Let me see where Perez is at. Perez in 9 games, 2 interceptions.
Okay.
AJ McCarron 3.
Wow.
The
That's still really good.
you can't go with the friggin' Michigan quarterbacks because they all split time, so it's hard. Adrian Martinez has 3.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that Case Cookus has 4 in 8 games, so he averaged about half an interception a game. The only one that comes close to Jordan Ta'amu is Quentin Dormady, who only played 6 games and had 6 INTs.
One per game, my friend. One per game.
The other stat we look at every single week, Eric, it's week 9. That means, of course, we are looking at the Memphis Showboat sack rate through 9 weeks. 38 sacks allowed for the Memphis Showboats.
Jesus.
Averaging about 4 sacks, a little over 4 sacks a game. Meanwhile, the Renegades offense is legit good. 14 sacks allowed.
That's pretty good. That's like actually pretty good, dude.
That's they're 14, Brahmas are 15, Stallions are 17.
That's actually like really, really good.
Yeah. Like the Renegades offense, it just baffles me how bad their defense is. Again, the Battlehawks continue. They are top your league in scoring offense, and you're top your league in. They're not the top of your league. The Brahmas are your top of your league of scoring defense. Adrian Martinez does have the most rushing yards.
Yep, he's the MVP of the league right now.
He's got to be, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It's got to be. Eric, who's your coach of the year?
Wade Phillips.
He did take a Brahmas team who was like bottom half of the league in the XFL last year, and now they are the number 1 in the XFL conference.
Yeah. Playoff spot, just beat the only team to beat the Stallions.
Watch out.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
watch out.
That's something, dude.
And now, Eric, let's look ahead to Week 10, the last week of the regular season for the United Football League. Panthers versus Stallions. Stallions are 8-point home favorites, over under 43.5, plus 320 on the money line.
This game's tough for me.
This game means nothing, and I took a look earlier. It looks like potentially Michigan might be resting players. This game means absolutely nothing.
So with that being said, what do you do?
Under.
We're all in the unders here, my friend.
Big under here. With that under, I maybe take a shot on the Panthers, but no, I probably just like the under. This game will be ugly, but I'm hoping it'll be ugly in a fun way.
This game will be ugly. Lots of backups. Both teams want to be healthy. Stallions may give their ones a little bit more run after losing to the Brahmas. I don't think they will, though. I would play the first half under and full game under here too.
Yeah, if we see starters, I wouldn't be surprised to see them for like first and third quarter.
Really?
Or for a drive or two.
I could see a drive or two, but I don't think they play past the first quarter.
No, I think probably just a drive or two. I could see them like coming out for another drive at half, but that's about it. That'd be like at most.
Yeah.
Up next, it sucks that week 10, there's really only one game that I'm excited for, and it'll be the last game, but I'll tell you, we'll get into that one. Actually, no, I'm excited for this one too. Battlehawks hosting the Brahmas. I don't know if DraftKings messed it up on your side, Eric, but DraftKings definitely has it messed up here. Never mind, they fixed it. Battlehawks hosting Brahmas right now. Oh, they got rid of my lines. What happened? What did they do? Eric, I lost my lines.
Brahmas, Battlehawks, and Bet Online.
I got it right here. Here. Battlehawks minus 2.5, over under 42.5. This game does mean something. Chris Mason chiming in. If AJ plays, they win. All signs are pointing to AJ playing a little bit.
Yep.
He was an emergency starter last week. Emergency backup. I assume he'll still be in like an emergency backup situation. He'll get reps. They're going to get AJ in there. He has to get some reps before the playoffs start. They're going to get him some. How much do the Battlehawks want the home field advantage? Versus how much do you want to make sure AJ is 100%?
Well, obviously they want AJ to be 100%.
That's like the biggest one.
But I mean, the thing is, if he's fine, he's going to play.
If he is fine, he's going to play. But I think even if he's not 100%, they'll get him in for a couple drives.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, you got the Brahmas just coming off finally beating the goddamn. You know what I mean?
It's true. Battlehawks have looked rough, but I just don't trust this Battlehawks team without AJ starting.
Yeah.
If anything, if you're smart, probably stay away. I think this will just be a very good game. Brahmas Battlehawks was a pretty good game last time. I think this will be a good game.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited to see how it works out. I'm excited to see who starts for the Battlehawks. And if AJ does start, I'm excited to see how this offense looks. Kind of like getting back into it. Chris is kind of right. Brahmas are peaking right now. And we get a quote unquote playoff preview on Saturday, which I'm kind of excited
But I
about.
mean, like, in games like this, I lean under. Obviously, you made a good point. How much does playoff advantage? Home field manage. How important is home field? How important is it to the Battlehawks? Obviously, you don't want to show too much, but if you want, you know what I mean? Because Wade is so smart, you don't want to go out there and show too much.
So I agree with you here, Jon Snow, but like if AJ's not 100%, I don't like. If he's not 100%, he's not 100%.
And then you have a backup quarterback who's not that good, but Battlehawks, best home field in the league. Brahma's letdown spot after playing the Stallions. For me, this is just a pure stay away. I want nothing to do with this game. I hope one team gets utterly blown out, and then that's the team I'll back in the first round of the playoffs.
Also, Garbers is still like coming off of his injury too. He only played like a couple.
Yeah.
Like he got in because Dormany got hurt last week.
Yeah.
NASCAR, what do we think of the Defenders? Well, guess what? That's the next game we're doing. Renegades, Defenders. Defenders are 3-point home favorites against the Arlington Renegades on Sunday. Over under 46.5 plus 130 on the money line for the Renegades. Erik.
Over.
You got yeah, probably the over. I mean, this will be kind of a fun matchup. These teams aren't playing for anything but like to get film out and have a good time. I'm excited for this one. The Renegades games for these last couple weeks have been extremely excited. Jon Snow's on Renegades +3. I don't hate it. They seem to be kind of peaking randomly now. I definitely don't hate it. I'd probably bet the over. I like the Renegades +3. And this game will be fun. Two spring football legends in Jordan Ta'amu and Luis Perez. It'll be an exciting game. Both offenses should feast.
Yep.
Oh, I should get contacted to do a halftime show for the UFL.
You should.
Tangent, Erik. Did you see that the BC Lions for their home opener got 50 Cent?
Shut up.
Yeah, they got 50 Cent to do their home opener.
50 coming in?
Yeah, to British Columbia,
50.
baby.
50 coming in, gonna bring it.
I think they're gonna sell out. I think they might sell out week 1.
I mean, dude, of course, dude. You got 50 playing, man.
And Vernon Adams.
You got 50.
Erik, last UFL game of the weekend, of the season. Houston Roughnecks, Memphis Showboats. Roughnecks -2 on the road, over under 44.5, plus 120 on the money line. Erik, do you think these teams are playing for something?
No.
You would be wrong, Erik. The winner of this game gets first picked in the draft next year.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir!
I didn't know that.
The winner of the Roughnecks Showboats, the two worst teams in the league, the winner gets to pick first in the college draft. Jon Snow chiming in, Roughnecks -2 for $1 million.
It's hard to trust the Showboats with their offensive line.
Their offensive line is so bad. And, like, the quarterbacks they've had, not named Case Cookus, have not given me much hope. I don't really love Josh Love. Give me the Roughnecks -2. On the road. I don't care. I'm going to do it.
See, I have two bad rules. When two shitty teams play, I always take the point. So I would lean toward the Showboats.
I bet you would, pussy. I bet you would. Give me the Roughnecks, baby. Give me Nolan Henderson.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's it. I'm taking the Roughnecks. So I will take the under 43.5 in the Panther Stallions.
Okay.
I do like how Saturday is like a bastardization of the playoffs. It's like here's your playoff preview, but none of these teams are really going to be trying, except like Promise Battlehawks will be a good game.
Here's your playoff preview. No one really cares, but here it is.
Brahma's Battlehawks, I'm on the over.
Okay.
Renegades Defenders, I'm on the over. And Roughnecks Showboats, I'm on the Roughnecks -2. Eric, we've come to the part of the show that you love, you cherish. Did you play the fucking lineups last week, Eric?
No, dude. I forgot. Sorry.
Never! You've never played them in your life!
Jim, we all have shit going on, and I get distracted.
We did not place Eric in the big contest, but you know what we did do? We placed it every 50-50 I put us in.
You know what? And that's how you play the fucking game, dude. That's how you play the fucking game. Let's start it off, dude. Let's look at our defense. That's where I want to go first, Jim.
Oh, you want to start with the defense today? You want to start with the defense?
I want to go to the defense. Now.
Okay, let's go to the defense then.
I feel we need to have kind of a discussion about what teams you feel are going to be trying the hardest here.
I feel like Arlington, D.C., Houston, Memphis will try just as hard as they have these last couple weeks because the season is basically the same for them. The Brahmas will try because I guarantee the Brahmas do not want to play in St. Louis. And I think St. Louis will try. Michigan and Birmingham are the only two teams I'm confident will be like taking this week kind of off.
Okay. So with that being said, I personally feel I'm not going to pay $4,100 for the Roughnecks. If AJ doesn't go, I think the Brahmas at $3,800 other play.
I like the Brahmas at $3,800 if AJ doesn't go. If he does go, you want my honest opinion? I'd go Renegades. If AJ's playing, I'd go Renegades. Their defense last week, while giving up points, still got a shitload of turnovers. What does Jordan Tomu love to do? Turn the ball over.
Okay.
So I like the Brahmas play, especially if AJ isn't in, because that defense will feast, absolutely. If AJ's in, just pivot to the Renegades. Because one's $3,800, what are the Renegades? The Renegades are $3,400. It's only a $400 difference. And with the way the UFL is, the way with like the UFL, CFL, you always have money left over anyway. So you can almost play almost any defense you want.
All right, so let's put in the Renegades. Now let's go to the quarterback position. I don't want Martinez. I don't want McLaren. Do we just go back to Perez?
We could go Perez. I feel like, Garbers will be in, but he's still banged up. I think Perez might be the move.
All right, so let's go Perez at the quarterback position.
I'd say it's Perez or Tomu because, it's a $100 difference, but they're playing each other. Those are the two options I would kind of have, 1 and 2. Running back again is tough.
I want a defender's running back.
You want a defender's running back. They only have 2, Eric.
All right, give me one.
You want Cameron Harris? Well, how's he been doing these last couple weeks? Oh, God. Their running game has been so awful, dude. The running game's been so awful.
Okay, well then let's do this. Let's go Thompson from Houston.
I dig that. Against Memphis, for sure. Yes. Love that.
All right, wide receiver, tight end. Again.
I would like a DC player. But I mean, we could go with our boy too. Like Sal Canella's been doing us good.
All right, let's go Sal Canelo.
What,
All right.
Yeah, he's been doing us pretty damn good consistently.
You said you want a DC player.
Well, if we're gonna go Arlington, we don't have to go DC.
All right, let's go Harmon. What's Harmon been up to?
Where's he at?
Is he out though?
Who are you looking for?
Calvin Harmon. He could be out.
I think he's out still. Pretty sure he's out.
Yeah, he's out. God damn it.
Jon Snow says to take lots of roughnecks.
So we can either go Chris Rowland or Ty Scott.
Who? How did Ty Scott do last week? Memphis not great. Rowland did pretty good last week, didn't he? Rowland did all right. I say go Rowland.
We're gonna go Row.
Okay,
Let's go Row.
Then we got Flex.
Flex.
Jon Snow says to take lots of roughnecks.
I mean,
we have Mark Thompson.
I don't want them to be competing and stuff. I don't want anyone in St. Louis. We already paired Perez with somebody.
Do we want anyone? Do we want like one person from San Antonio, St. Louis, or Michigan, Birmingham? Do we want anyone in either of those games?
No, because we don't know what's going to happen, though. That's the thing.
It's fair.
I mean, I think the Brahmas are going to try. Would you agree?
I agree.
So with that being said, which Brahma player would you like?
Oh, baby. I mean, he's pricey. I mean, with Garber's in, it's hard not to like Kirkland, but St. Louis's defense is good.
All right. So let's go to Kirkland. That leaves us with $5,000, 5,000.
He was really good. Jon Snow says to take another running back. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Instead of Kirkland, we could go McFarland because he was getting involved in the pass game a lot too.
All right, so let's go McFarland.
Because he had 6 targets last week, 5 the week before, 4 before that. He does get targeted a lot in the receiving game too.
All right, let's do it. Let's go him.
Okay, McFarland, we got one more option. And $5,800 to spend it with.
Nicole, what is his name?
Samson. Were you looking at Samson Nakua?
Yeah.
Potentially. That's not a bad one.
I say we just go Samson, dude.
We go what?
We go him. That's what I say.
Just get Samson Nakua?
Just get him in there. Just hit it and quit it.
That lineup is saved, Eric. So to reiterate, our lineup is Luis Perez, Mark Thompson, Chris Rowland, Sal Cannella, Anthony McFarland, and Samson Nakua with the Renegades defense.
I like it. That sounds like a winner, dude.
Jon Snow also chiming in Battlehawks weaker against the run. Eric, what are you looking forward to most in Week 10 of the UFL?
Getting to hang out with you, man. Getting to
come back on the stream? It's the last stream of the regular season. Eric, we only have 4 more streams left of the UFL season.
I know. I'm gonna cry, dude.
We have Saturday, Sunday, and then the 2 playoff days.
I'm gonna cry.
Then the UFL streams are done.
It's a good run, man.
Not to worry, though, people. CFL Jim will be here doing streams for not every single one, but I'm going to try and do almost every Friday game for the CFL.
It was a good run, dude.
You're not going to join me on the Friday night streams, Eric?
Depends what I'm doing.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Eric, what do you got going on? Let the people know.
Podcast comes out on the weekend. I'm going to be hanging out with you Saturday morning. Me and my boy David are going to start a little MLB show on Friday. Just give our best plays, talk a little MLB, what's going on in the world of baseball. So, yeah, got some stuff going on. Should be fun.
You know where to find me. XFL Jim everywhere. We have the UFL show with UFL Jim coming out this Friday. Make sure you tune into that. It'll be a fun time. We love you guys. And make sure you go over to Royal Retros and use promo code Spring Fever. We always appreciate that. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.